Hey everyone, it's Natch here doing another review for games and how getting 100% by completing the trophy list can help your mental fitness. Please keep in mind everything here is just my opinion, based on my own life experience. There are some professional studies that would suggest I'm on the right track, but for now, I'm here to just spread the word and help people look at gaming as more than just entertainment. So with that, let's jump right in. Today I'm going over Hell Let Loose, developed by Black Matter, released for PlayStation in 2021. Hell Let Loose is a online multiplayer game, so an internet connection is required to complete it. Before playing, I had never heard of Hell Let Loose, but after watching the trailer, to be honest, I was not looking forward to it, just because it just did not seem as appealing as other first-person shooters. Having now completed the game, I have to say I did actually enjoy it a lot more than I thought. And I really appreciated the effort and dedication to being as realistic as possible for that time period, World War II. So kudos to Black Matter for all their hard work that they put into this. It really shows. Okay, so before we get into the fun stuff, some of you might be asking, is this appropriate for kids to play? In short, nope. But let's take an organic look at it anyways. The ESRB rating for Hell Let Loose is 17 and older for blood and gore and violence. Yes, that's all found in here, and I somewhat agree with ESRB's rating, but to me it's fine for young adults, which I consider 18 and older. This is not so much though because of the blood and gore and violence, but rather Hell Let Loose, their dedication to realism, and because of the game being reflective of World War II, that's more the reason why I'm doing it. Not to dive into a history lesson here, but the game features Nazi Germany and the Soviet Union, two of the most brutal regimes in modern history. Younger audiences who are more vulnerable or susceptible to committing violent acts against others in real life may unintentionally be influenced by such games as these when they look, deeper into the background of who it is. And that's, again, more in the context because this game is so dedicated to being realistic. So for me, I think it's fine for 18 and older, rather than 24 and older, which I think is the more mature rating. But yeah. All right, so now you may be wondering just how long this will take to get 100%. Well, to be honest, a lot of that will depend on the skill set of the player. For me, I expected Hell Let Loose would take me well over 65 hours to get 100%. That was definitely the case here. Some of the factors that can affect your completion time are obviously the multiplayer features. It is possible to essentially boost everything with a friend or friends. And in fact, at least one trophy in particular is currently unachievable without at least 21 people boosting it. So definitely a challenge if you are trying to do this on your own. The trophy list itself is mostly standard, and if you'd like to see the guides I use, they will be in the video description below. I would like to take a moment to do a special shout out to PlayStation player Bees Are Fun for an excellent job coordinating trophy sessions, and SuperMep, also a PlayStation player, for providing a private server to gather trophies while you are away from the game. Okay, so now to the fun stuff. As you know, the whole point of my channel is to help educate and promote gaming for mental fitness. I truly believe you can improve so many mental abilities by earning 100% in a game rather than just playing a game for fun. For me, Hell Let Loose mostly improved social intelligence. Just completely out of left field. I never would have expected this. And that's really because, again, the dedication to realism, it takes a lot of coordinating. You have to, or for the most part, if you want to be successful, you have to communicate with your team. So I mean, I just thought that was great. Definitely communicating is more valuable than skill in this game. Really turn the tide. So yeah, I mean, I just think that was amazing. anyways, currently the hardest trophy in the game is Jeep Let Loose, which requires you to destroy a total of 50 Jeeps. Pretty self-explanatory with that one, but definitely not as difficult as its rating, in my view. It can actually be done by yourself in an empty server. However, for me and for most people, clearing the board, that trophy is considered the hardest trophy, and was for me, because that requires you to kill 20 enemies with a single bombing run in a skirmish match as a commander. Skirmish is the least popular game type in this game, meaning very few people ever play it. Every game also has one commander per team, and you can only get 2 bombing runs in at any given map session. A skirmish game maxes out at 50 versus 50, so you're and although the map is much smaller than other game modes, the map is again still very large. So I mean, you're looking to essentially destroy half a team, assuming if it's max, or it's a full lobby, and that's just, it requires a lot of luck even if you weren't participating. So yeah, very very difficult. So yeah, you're gonna have to use that one. And before we call it a wrap here, let's talk a bit about improvements. When I think about trophies that would have reflected Hell Let Loose and have been helpful for mental fitness, none come to mind. I mean, I think the developers are doing a very good job all around, and especially incorporating trophies that reflect the game, its game modes, the infantry types and loadouts. I do think they went a bit overboard with a trophy like clearing the board. But other than that, nearly all trophies can be earned alone or with at least one other person, which I think is important to have as a reference and guide to creating trophies for multiplayer games such as this, because these games will naturally become less popular over time, and so having it where new players can come in and still achieve trophies and appreciate the game, to me is very critical. And I understand that developers are constantly releasing new DLC for this one, even though the game is so old. So I think it's nice to have that balance. Just something, again, for Black Matter to consider, and new developers that have taken over to think about for future add-ons in the series. Okay, that's a wrap. Again, I enjoyed Hell Let Loose more than I expected. Again, definitely for its commitment to realism. For me, Hell Let Loose really helped me build social intelligence. And if you have any questions or about this game, or just mental fitness in general, or just want to share your experience with Hell Let Loose, feel free to leave a comment or message me. I will do my best to answer any questions in a reasonable time. Alright everyone, that's another review in the bag. If you want to watch me play live and even join in on my multiplayer games, follow me on Twitch. If you'd like to hear more about my game previews and initial impressions, then go on over and follow my Instagram. I also do polls on X for games I'm playing. And finally, as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video. Bye.